Hello, and welcome back to Wardrobes and Writing. I'm Dr. Jennifer Jones, expert writing coach. As I promised last week, this week I'm back to talk about the first step in writing your expert book. That first step is letting go of any of the myths about writing you've been holding on to. Our culture is full of them, but I'm going to focus on just the myth of the natural writer. Before you've written a book, when you think about what authors do, you probably think they sit at a desk, and these days in front of a laptop or a computer instead of a typewriter, and they produce thousands of words a day very easily. It just flows from their head into their fingers and onto the page. And at the end of each day, they've written page after page after page of wonderful text. And before they know it, they've got a book. You can write lots of words very quickly. They're not going to be wonderful, beautiful, publishable words. Nobody is able to do that. And certainly no one just naturally knows how to do that, because that's the other thing. We like to think about natural writers. Nobody's born knowing how to write. Writers are not like the goddess Athena, who sprang fully formed out of her father Zeus's forehead as an adult goddess. That's not how we mere humans come into this world. That's certainly not how writers come into it. Before you can write your book, you have to learn an awful lot of things, including just how to form the letters. But you don't just come in knowing how to write a book. So if you have told yourself, well, I can't be an author because I don't know all of that stuff that authors know, stop. You can be an author. You can learn those things. Writing is a skill, and you can learn skills. There's a famous book called The Craftsman by Richard Sennett, where he looks at Sennett, Sennett. He writes about what we get from learning new skills and crafts. And it's not about mastering them and becoming the best ever at them. I will never be Shakespeare. It is about the act of learning them. So whether you are learning how to write or how to be a parent or how to, I don't know, knit or do glass blowing or carpentry, it doesn't matter. When we learn new skills and crafts, the act of learning them teaches us not just the skill that we're learning, but also a lot about ourselves. And that's where I think the real value in learning how to write your expert book and going on and writing it is for especially coaches and other service providers, people who help people. Because whenever you are learning that new skill, it reminds you of that learning process that you likely take your clients through on a different topic. And so as you are learning the new skill and at the same time writing about how you help your clients, you're going to learn a lot about yourself as a learner, but you're also going to learn a lot about your coaching process, because you're going to have to coach yourself through the process. Even if you work one-on-one with a writing coach, your writing coach isn't in your head. So you're going to be doing a lot of self-talk, and you're going to have to examine that, because some of it's going to make it onto the page, at least in the rough draft stage. So it is well worth it to take the time to learn how to write your book so that you can learn about yourself and your process and then be better able to help your clients. So that's really the myth I want you to let go of. Writing isn't something you're either born knowing how to do or not. The world is not divided up into writers and not writers. A lot of us want to hang on to that myth because it is the ultimate get out of jail free card. If you weren't born a writer, you don't have to try. I'm sorry. You do have to try if you want to write a book, because it's a skill that you can learn. You can learn any skill. How well you master it will differ. But the lovely thing about publishing a book is that before it goes to print, you're going to have some experts who are excellent at dealing with words have a look at it. That's where your editor comes in. Get to your editor in a few weeks. So it is a skill you can learn. It will teach you a lot about yourself and your process, and it will make you better able to help your clients. And you'll understand a lot more about why you do what you do. Next week, I will be back to talk about step 2 in the process for writing your expert book, which is really owning your expertise and doing some mindset work that you need to do before you ever set pen to paper to start the book. Until then, happy writing.